But all of you and all the citizens of Orange should have input into that. It shouldn't be something that's decided in the operations department or in the mayor's office for that matter. This is a matter for the entire city to decide.
Thank you, Doug. All right, moving on. The Tribune Chronicle received 3 similar questions from out-of-state readers, all former Warren residents who would like to move back home. Here's one of those questions from an online reader from California. This one first for Mr. Blank. I've been away from Warren since 1976. I left at age 11, but I'm an Ohio native and want to come home. When I visit the area, I see decay, but not in the sense of construction, but the atmosphere. What would you tell me about how you will bring back this once famous city to its productivity to build the place I still call home? How would you answer that question?
The sort of decay of morale in the city, I think, is perhaps our single biggest problem. And I think that is a symptom that comes with 40 years of decline. And in decline, I'm speaking in the absolute mathematical sense of it. We've been losing population for 40 years. Every single week, on average, 10 people move out of Warren. Net. We have to reverse that. People are not going to feel that this is a dynamic, vibrant community, a place for the future, a place where their kids can have a shot at staying and having a job until we can make it grow again. So my emphasis will be very much on using the skills that I've developed over my working career as a marketer to market the city in an intelligent way to get that growth back. And the time I've got, I'm going to focus on something I know is going to sound small, but we've got to start with our own backyard. We are the county seat of Trumbull County, and half the people in the county are afraid to come in here and go to dinner. They think it's the South Bronx. We've got to change the perceptions of the community in the minds of the people who live in the suburban areas of this county. They've got a completely distorted view of what the actual safety of the city is and what the city has to offer. I want to market to people, this is a place that welcomes you. This is a town you can be safe in and have a good time in. Come and spend time with us. You can buy a home here. There are 3 categories of people, I think, who might actually move here from out of our county. Empty nesters. People who have their home somewhere in Portland, let's say, and because they want a certain sort of school for their kids. The kids move off to college, now they don't want the 3,000 square foot home, so they want someplace else. We have beautiful houses to offer them in nice neighborhoods that aren't a lot of money, but we need to let them know about it. We need to help them do it. I have more, and I'm sorry my time is up. Dennis White for Mayoral.
Mr. Mayor, how would you answer that person from California who wants to come in?
And thank you for that question. And believe it or not, Dennis talks about those that leave. There are people coming back to our community. And I can see one young man, Mike Label from California, who came here. And he's not only here, he's active in the community and active in our youth. So I'm very proud of that. There was a young lady that I met last week from Portland who said she liked the Warren, what was happening in Warren. She could see the momentum moving forward, and she wanted to move back home. She won't leave. I talked to a gentleman half a mile from here, door knocking on Atlantic Street, whose family had moved to North Carolina, and they're begging him to come. He's a resident who hadn't lived here before, but when he moved here because he had a job at General Motors, he said he won't leave because he loves his community. That's what I want to talk about. My opponent talks about marketing the city. My fear is, I hope that when we're marketing the city, that they don't go to his website. When he's trashing the city, when he's talking about our schools. I'm not a marketing executive. However, I'm not a marketing executive. However, common sense tells me that you don't insult and criticize and trash the products that you're trying to make.
Please remind the crowd to keep your decorum here.
The mayor has totally mischaracterized everything about my website. I defy anyone in this room to find something I've written negative about the city of Warren. The only thing I'm negative about is the leadership of the city. decide to come back here. People like the empty nesters I was talking about, young people who, somebody who grows up in Kinsman but wants to live in a more urban environment where there are restaurants and bars and entertainment venues. Those people. It has happened. It's happened all by itself. We need to take advantage of that. That's what marketing is. You look at what the natural trend is. There are people who want to do this, then you exploit it. You say, aha, if 10 people did this, and we put a little effort into it, maybe 100 would do it.
Mr. Mayor, the
I
last
say,
thing.
can I stand by that statement? You can't insult the community and the people you want to represent. Thank you.
That's it. We have to move on. This question is from a reader on Warren's northeast side. Mr. Franklin, Warren continues to operate as a statutory form of government with rules and regulations decided in Columbus. Many cities in Ohio now operate under a charter form of government, which allows local control of government services, size of city council, for instance. Attempt to put this issue on the ballot has been thwarted by city council and special interests. What is your position on this issue and why?
Thank you. First and foremost, I've seen this issue battered around probably for the past 20 years, whether we should be statutory or charter. And as you all know, if you don't know, there's probably 100 forms of charter governments that you can adapt. But I think fundamentally, the transition from a charter form from a statutory form to a charter form, it has to be driven by the people. It can't be driven by politicians and public officials. I think that's what stopped it in its tracks before. So I'm not opposed to it, but what I will tell you, there's dysfunctional governments, both charter and statutory. It's always quality of leadership that defines the community and how we're successful.
Mr. Blank, the same question. What is your position on this issue?
I basically agree with the mayor on this point as well. It's about the people, it's not about the form. I think the statutory form of government is, it's hard to imagine who thought it up. I mean, it's the most convoluted, crazy thing, but it's difficult to change. I think the mayor is also correct. It has to bubble up from the people. Politicians will never get it done. And because you have a charter, it doesn't mean you have a good charter. When you open that Pandora's box, you could end up with a charter that is even worse than the statutory form of government. It's a long, complicated, difficult process. The citizens of Warren have to decide is what they really want and make it happen. I don't think you can expect elected officials to do it.
Thank you. Okay, this question is from another reader in Warren. Mr. Blank, please share your thoughts about the importance of transparency and accountability of local government. Please detail how you will ensure that the public has access to information, opportunity for input, and the ability to hold government accountable for the decisions made here.
Well, the first step is electing somebody who isn't part of the group that has run the city for decades, and giving us a chance to open things up. The one-party rule in the city has resulted in incredibly low percentages of people who vote and low percentages of people who are watching carefully what goes on in government. So I believe that the role of the mayor is to change that as much as anything. We need to get more citizens involved. If the city's going to move forward, it can't be the same handful of people who are driving every volunteer effort, which is pretty much what we see when we're up there. I don't know what the number is. A few hundred people who do 90% of the work. We need to get more people engaged in this activity. So to get specific about things, I think it begins with having a plan. I got involved in this race because I was frustrated that the city does not have a plan. And if the mayor says he has a plan, there's only two things possible. There's no plan or it's a secret plan. Because no one's ever seen it. A plan is in writing. A plan has timelines. A plan has a budget. If I am mayor, there will be a plan. And not only will it be easy for you to find, we're going to force it. You're going to hate hearing from me. I'm going to tell you so much about what the plan is. We are going to, as quickly as possible, adopt the Secretary of State's offer to put the entire checkbook of the city up on the state treasurer's web service. As the city of Youngstown has said they're going to do a Trump cabinet. I mentioned earlier that we will have a citizens oversight committee on hiring. One of the things that frustrates me to no end, I've been to countless city council meetings over the past 4 years, and there's no reports. We need to have, let's do one public event that's held in the city every 2 weeks, city council. Our department head should be reporting to the citizens who take the effort to come to city council on what's going on. What are the problems? What are we doing? My time is up.
Mr. Mayor, same question. What will you do to ensure transparency and accountability in your administration, and what have you done?
Yeah, I don't want to agree with my opponent too much, but I will in some instances. Transparency is very, very critical, and I'm proud of the fact that we have an open policy at City Hall. You show up at City Hall every morning, you can see people lined up waiting to get in and talk, and it drives my staff crazy because I see everybody who's out there waiting, even if they don't have an appointment. I also believe, I've had a meeting 2 weeks ago with Jared Ward from the state to talk about the open checkbook. And we're very interested in bringing an open checkbook at the checkbook level so that people can go online and see how we spend your money. And that's very important to us. Our delay has been that we're moving our website from a mainframe to a web-based site, and that's technical jargon, but that's what we're doing. That's causing some of the delay. However, we know that this new system will allow the transitions into an open checkbook a lot more easy and a lot more seamless.
Secondly, I think we need to know that the open checkbook question is handled a lot by the city auditor. So we have a new city auditor who's going to be taking place. So it's unfair to put that in while he doesn't even know the job yet. So we need to have his input as well as the old auditor's input as well as how we're going to handle that. And particularly on transparency, I want to shift gears a little bit. But I think one of the things that I'm most proud of that we've been able to do in terms of transparency and with the citizens is the Board Police Academy. We've had over 400 citizens participate in the Board Police Academy, and they've all graduated. But it gives a top-to-bottom look at the whole police department, and they get a first-hand look. That's not only being transparent, but it also improves education and accountability for the police department, and it strengthens police and community relations. Thank you.
Mr. Blank, you have a minute.
I have nothing to add.
Any last word? Okay. Now we've reached the part of the closing statement. Each candidate will be given 2 minutes for their closing. And due to the coin flip, Mr. Blank has opted to go last. So, Mr. Mayor, your closing statement, 2 minutes.
Okay, once again, I want to thank you all for coming here tonight and participating. As I said before, I pride myself on one thing more than the other, and that is bringing our city together. You know that I will never lead by dividing our city, by saying one side of town is better than the other, nor will I pit one group of people against the other group. The very backbone of our relationships has been acquired by living my whole life in the city of Warren, and being in the trenches with most of you, during the good times and the bad times, raising my family here, you raising your families here. We've been able to work together, volunteer together, breaking bread, mourning, and celebrating together. I'll never forget that this city must be good for all of us, regardless of what side you're on tonight. And we have to remember that because oftentimes campaigns can be divisive. But we're one city. And I'll never forget that this city must be good for all of us so that we can all achieve a future that's as proud as our past. So I want to thank you tonight for honoring me, for the honor of being the mayor for the last 4 years. And I greatly look forward to another 4 years. Thank you.
Mr. Blank, your 2 minutes closing.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all again as well. Perhaps the most important thing that a mayor can do comes under the rubric of just provide good government. I'm in this race because I just don't believe that the city of Warren's government is working well, that you're getting what you pay for and what you need to have the future that you all want. So I'm going to do some fundamental things if I have the opportunity. Everyone who works for the city will understand that we're working under a certain set of standards, and everyone will know what they are. And you'll have no confusion about what those standards are either, because we want you to be involved. We will aggressively seek your input into what those standards would be. But I will start with, let's have a realistic budget, one that we can actually live within, and plan properly for, and do the things that we need to do. One that has no more city employees than it needs to get the job done, where people are hired for their competence and not their connections in the city. I mentioned the Citizens Oversight Committee will be a part of this. Every city employee will have an updated job description, so that everybody knows what everybody is supposed to be doing. And every job description, including my own, will include two words: problem solving. This is what we have to be if we're going to make the city move forward. We have to solve the problems. People are going to be professional. We're going to treat you like valued customers, because that's what you are. Transparency is obviously very important. I didn't mention it in the earlier part, but there's going to be an end to this no-bid contract stuff. $1 million for Packard Music Hall, $250,000 to legal fees and pay for your water. We have to stop this stuff. So, my time is about up. My name is Dennis Blank. I'm asking for your vote for mayor. The new Warren can start tonight. It will only flourish if we're all in together. We can do better, but only if we do it together.
Thank you.